Raining in Los Angeles, a rare occurrence, but a necessary occurrence. The hills of LA. I love the mountaintop with the clouds covering it. What a beautiful scene. It reminds me of melancholy days. Therefore, sometimes you need to be able to invoke certain emotions in the studio. So, if there is a need for something melancholy today, I hope to be able to invoke that emotion because of the weather right now. Raining definitely is sort of melancholy. Welcome in. I'm heading to Speakeasy Sound in Burbank, California for the very, very last um, set of tracking sessions to be done here at this beautiful studio. I will do a studio tour here later today on break, but yeah, I'm just heading over there right now to Steinway B. If you haven't heard Leslie Odom Jr.'s latest recording, which I'm playing on at that studio, you should. They brought in a live audience, and the live audience is clapping and reacting and talking, while people are playing, and so it's definitely a rare occurrence, to be able to set up microphones, bring a group in, bring an audience in, with an artist of his caliber, and his stature and fame. So level. So yeah, definitely a rare occurrence. So something to listen to, something to check out. I highly recommend. It's only 37 minutes long, so you can listen to it top to bottom, right? But everybody on the recording is playing. They're just playing. Everyone is listening to one another, and everybody's sensitive to each other. Leslie is listening to us and reacting with us. So it's definitely an amazing recording. So for those of you that just joined, what's up? I'm talking about Leslie Odom Jr.'s live album that we recorded in July that just came out. It came out like 2 Fridays ago, right? So I'm trying to figure out how to see the comments as I'm. Oh, is this it right here? No. Yeah, I'm trying to see how I can see the comments here, but yeah, this is the last tracking session at the studio, which is a shame because the studio is incredible. Um, like I said, it's a Steinway B from the 20s that was that's been fully restored. Um, it's like a cherry wood finish. The sustain on the piano is just it's endless. You can breathe on it and it'll open up. So what that means is, you can play fewer notes. You can rely on the instrument to let it do the singing for you. You know what I mean? If you play a chord, just a singular chord with the sustain pedal all the way pressed down, the sound just moves and moves, and that's what I'm talking about. You'll be able to hear that on the recording on Leslie Odom Jr.'s live album. An offering is what it's called. You know, check out the track called Sarah. Sarah is my favorite, but I love the changes in it, and it changes keys and all this. But that being said, I'm able to play long notes, whole notes, and the sound is just moving in the piano. It's really really fascinating. So of course they had ridiculously expensive mics on there, and yeah, it's just well recorded, well mixed. Shout out to Jordan Purvis for doing all the work on that. But hey, what's up, Brian? What's up? Yeah. Uh, how are you, man? Thanks for tuning in here. Um, yeah, go check out the recording. If you have any questions, any music questions, please feel free. I'm on the way to the studio now, probably 10 more minutes or so. So I'm happy to answer any music questions or life questions, questions. Um, trying to make this channel more informative, as informative as possible. Even I even have commenters who are guitar players who hit me up all the time saying, I'm not a piano player, but I love your reharm theory and all this. So yeah, please reach out, let me know. But that being said, yeah, music is just awesome, isn't it? Music is so awesome. So yeah, it's a gloomy day here, which is good for inspiration, But um, sometimes, when you need sunlight and there's no sunlight around, you can be in that sort of middle state, like it's like it's a good day, but I don't know, something about the sunshine. That's why people move to California and pay godforsaken amounts of rent. So I mean, I did it. I lived here for 7 years. So, but that being said, yeah, pardon me. Um, yeah, what's up? What's up with you guys, man? I'm on the West Coast. It's 12:30 p.m. right now, 3:30 on the East Coast. It's Friday. Did y'all get paid today? It's Friday, just got paid. What's that song? Friday night. Anyway, but yeah, but it's just me, man. I'll get back to teaching and stuff shortly. I just moved into a new place. My studios is coming together, as you saw on the community post here. But unfortunately, I'm going to be on the road from now until the end of the year. And I'm going to after tour ends on December 24th. I'm going to Jamaica with my lady for with her family and stuff like that. So and then we have the Nam show at the end of the January 20th. I think it is 20th to the 24th. So all of that, this is the sort of style of content you can pretty much be prepared to see from here on out. I just got a new iPhone 17. That's what you're seeing now. Because my old one, the hardware, the cellular and the eSIM hardware failed. It's an iPhone 15 Pro. How is it failing? Anyway, but yeah, it was like $450 just to replace the one piece. I'm like, I'm gonna go right across the street to AT&T, get a new phone. But anyway, so that being said, yeah, that's the vibe on this. So, but definitely, I'll be back in the studio with proper, lighting and all the things we love to see with the MIDI piano roll, on the bottom. And yeah, I've been teaching my students Barry Harris, and they're really getting, starting to get a hang of it. I'm so proud of them, and so that's going to be a big focus next year is the Barry Harris sound on the piano because in my opinion once you get that you can really you can play anything, anything. That and learning gospel music, even if you even if you're not interested in gospel music itself, learning how to play it and the movements that exist within the genre are invaluable, super invaluable. So that being said, that's going to be a focus of the channel next year. Barry Harris gospel stuff. Finally gear reviews. I haven't done much of that, but like sustain pedals. I just got this little cheap sustain pedal on Amazon, and I love it. I love it. It's it's actually pretty good. So yeah, man, just little stuff like that. The in-ear monitors that you'll be surprised how little the professionals pay for in-ear monitors. Sure, you can pay for custom ear molds, you know, 3,500 bucks if you want. That's fine. I've done that. I've had a pair, several pair of those. But um, me and my other homies who tour on the Jacksons, we use cheap. What are these called? KZ or something like that. Amazon in-ear monitors, and they work just fine. And the thing is, if you lose them, you can easily replace them. So that's kind of the whole reason. Do they sound? Do the cheap ones sound as good as the expensive ones? I mean, it's close enough. What do you need to be able? What's the function of the molds? The molds. Now, I will say, ear molds stay in your ear far better, and you never have to worry about it. I wouldn't say never, but you rarely have to worry about adjusting them. So that's why I get the cheap one. I mean, they're good enough. Especially for keyboard players. All the stuff is is mid range and high frequency stuff like that. I mean, it's so anyway. But that being said, I'm on the way to the studio now, and yeah, you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. All right, take care.